Hello, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. So many people ask me, why isn't my garden growing? Why is the growth really slow? They blame the soil, the weather, or even say, maybe this just doesn't, grow, or maybe this is not for me, or maybe I'm not a good gardener. So what if I told you that one small change, just one simple habit, completely transformed my garden this season? And no, I'm not talking about buying expensive products or synthetic chemicals. I'm talking about going back to the basics, to natural, homemade, real care. So, in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through what I did step by step and what you might be missing. And if you're already doing this here, trust me, you want to start before the season gets ahead of you. So, let's talk about creating the perfect growing conditions. Now, when the season shifted and those warm breezes returned, something in the garden started changing. You could smell, from the soil as well. And you could also start to expand the root zones, carefully loosening up the soils, giving the roots more freedom to stretch and breathe. But no matter how good the soil is, compacted roots always equal paused growth. And honestly, it feels amazing just being out there, hands in the dirt, prepping the garden beds with intention, not rushing, not guessing, but knowing this was the foundation for strong, healthy plants. So here's what happened. So why did I switch to natural fertilizers? I made the decision this season, no chemicals. I wanted to see what would happen if I relied only on natural homemade compost. And guess what? The results blew me away. I used compost right here at home, a ridge of dry leaves, fruit peels, cardboard, and natural waste. I layered it deep into the soil below the surface so the delicate root hairs wouldn't get burned and the nutrients would reach them only when they were ready. And it's slower than store bought, I get you, but it's way more powerful in the long run. And the best part, I knew exactly what went into it. There was no mystery ingredients, no fillers, no synthetic material, and no risk. So with that being said, let's talk about the water trick most gardeners ignore. Now, before watering, I go ahead and I soak each bed deeply once, not twice, no, not daily, just enough to help the soil remember moisture. Why? Because I had to expand the beds and turn the soil, and it needed a strong drink to settle in. Then we went ahead and returned to the regular watering routine twice a week. But here's the golden rule. As the temperature starts to rise, increase watering by 1 day each week. So when it hits summer highs, daily watering becomes really essential. Don't wait for the signs of stress, but be ahead of the heat. Take a step forward because trust me, once your plants start wilting, recovery takes triple the effort, and some plants don't even make it out on the other side. So avoid these common fertilizer mistakes. I've made them all. So I'm going to be quite honest with you. This is a trial and error channel and I share with you as I learn along the way. And I want you to save you the trouble. Never apply fertilizer too close to the roots because the heat from fresh compost, what it does is it can actually burn instead of nourish. So always dig at least 10 to 15 centimeters away and let the nutrients filter in slowly. Another mistake is don't use old questionable compost because I learned this a hard way. Once I started to use a batch that brought in the weeds and the pests, I just didn't know it at first. So I was all, just getting the weeds, removing them, putting them in the compost. It was early in my gardening journey. Now I make sure that it's heat treated, fully broken down, as well as safe. You don't want root damage from hidden pathogens. And trust me, root issues are really hard to catch. By the time you see the signs, it's already too late, unfortunately. So that would be a great way for you to be able to give your plants the natural, inexpensive way to nourish them as well from the inside out. And another thing is root space. The secret power of root space is really, really important. And one thing that really shocked me recently is when I removed the plastic pot from one of the plants that I had and I saw the roots circling and tangling, trapped in a loop. And if you've seen that video, I think it was on the Collus video before. I'll link it down in the description. That way you could see what I'm talking about. And that pot had become a prison for the roots because roots don't just need soil, they need space. So I made a simple decision: expand the bed, give the roots the freedom they were begging for. The moment I did that, the new growth shot up, and I promise you it happened within days. It was like they were waiting for permission. And if your plants feel stuck, literally or metaphorically, ask yourself, are the roots free to grow? So let's talk about the homemade compost, sharing with you a step-by-step strategy. So first of all, pick a shady spot, add garden trimmings. So I'm talking about garden trimmings, dry brown leaves, fruit peels, eggshells, uncolored cardboard as well, and toss in a bit of natural fertilizer to jumpstart the progress and the breakdown as well, and then lightly water the pile and turn it every few days. Within weeks, it was warm, crumbly, and it smelled earthy as well. It's like real life was returning back to the soil. And you can also use it on your trees, you can use it on your plants, indoor and outdoor as well. And it's a great strategy and a really inexpensive one as well. So let's be honest, summers are brutal. Whether you live in Australia, whether you live in other parts of the world, summer's quite harsh. Even the strongest plants suffer, and so do we. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to plan ahead. So group trees together to help them shade each other. Cover the beds with rich mulch, like, light netting, and build raised borders, and also widen the beds into full basins for better soaking. And this kind of care is not optional in summer, it's survival. So it's really, really crucial that you get on top of things. And if you prepare now, you'll also don't have to stress later on through the heat while others struggle to save their gardens. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.